Hi there, I'm Lee from Ignite Your Being, and for today's session all you will need is one brick or something that you could use similar to a brick, like a book. So the way we're going to start today is in a cat-cow position. So bring yourself onto all fours, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Now with an inhale, drop your belly, look forward or look slightly up, arch through your spine and lift your tailbone. With an exhale, round up through your back like a cat. Push the ground away with hands and knees. Suck your belly in, rounding fully. Inhale, drop your belly. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Draw them away from your ears. Lift your tailbone. Exhale, push the ground away, round up through your back. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. And again, drop your belly, arch your spine. Roll those shoulders back and down, lift your tailbone. Last time, push the ground away, round up through your spine, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. Now just find a neutral spine for a moment. Take your right hand slightly off your mat, take your left hand on top. Now you're going to cat-cow in this position. So with an inhale, drop your belly. Feel like you're drawing the floor back so you engage your shoulder blades, lift your tailbone. With an exhale, round and push the ground away, feeling that stretch come a little more down the left side of your body. Inhale, drop your belly, shoulder blades back and down, lift your tailbone. Exhale, push the ground away, round up through your spine, tuck your tailbone. One more, inhale, look forward, arching, shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, push the ground away, round up fully like a cat. Come back to a neutral spine, bring your hands to center, left hand off your mat, right hand on top. With an inhale, drop your belly, arch your spine, lift your tailbone. With an exhale, round and push the ground away. Feeling that stretch down the right side of your body. Inhale, arch, engage those shoulder blades. Exhale, rounding up, push the ground away. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And then bring yourself back to center. Now this time, I'd like you to thread your right arm underneath, thread your left arm on top. So you're crossing at the elbows, your forearms are on the floor. Now just round up slightly through your back, feeling that stretch across your shoulder blades. Now your left arm stays where it is. Bring your right arm up, bending at the elbow, opening up the right side of your chest. Reach your hand up towards the ceiling and extend into your fingers. As you reach into your right fingers, push the ground away with your left forearm. Now bring that arm underneath, swapping sides. Right arm presses down, left elbow lifts up, open up the left side of your chest. Extend your left hand to the ceiling. Now push the ground away with your right arm, reach into your left hand. One more time. Take that arm down. Right elbow lifts. Right hand lifts. Push the ground away with the left arm. Reach into your right hand. Thread underneath. Take your left elbow up. Right hand up. Push the ground away. Open up through the left side of your chest. And release your arm back down. Now come to all fours. We're going to do a similar kind of thing. This time you're going to thread your right arm underneath for the thread the needle. Bring the right side of your head down towards the mat. Feeling that stretch across the back of your right shoulder. Now from here you're going to push the ground away with your left hand. Lift your right elbow up. Then open up your hand up towards the ceiling. Aiming to open up through your chest. And again, thread your arm underneath. Head comes towards the floor. Feel a little stretch on your outer shoulder. Push the ground away with your left hand. Right elbow comes up. Extend your hand. Open up through your chest. Bring that hand down. Let's swap sides. So left hand threads underneath. Left side of your head down. Encourage that stretch on your outer shoulder. Push with your right hand. Bend your elbow up. Open the side of your chest. And then raise your left hand up towards the ceiling. Reaching into your fingers, pushing strongly with your right hand. Take your arm back underneath, thread the needle, head down. Then lift your elbow up, open the chest, then encourage your arm up, stretch into your fingers, push the ground away. and then return your hand back to center. Now from here, you're going to keep your hips stacked over your knees, extend your arms forward for a puppy pose. However, with your puppy pose, we're going to do active and passive. So to begin with, your hands are going to be on the floor. You're going to draw your belly in, your chest in, just like you do in a cat position. Push hard with your hands and really engage your shoulder blades. As you push strongly into the floor and you suck your belly and your chest in, you should feel your core working, you should feel your shoulder blades working. Now you're going to release, so bring either your forehead or your chin towards the floor. Allow your body to release down. So your chest is coming closer to the floor, your armpits maybe coming closer to the floor. Pause there, extend into your fingers and relax. And then again, active. Push down into your hands, suck your sternum bone in, suck your belly in. Round up as much as you can, but actively push down into your hands. Feel your core, feel your shoulder blades working. And then relaxing back down, allow your armpits and chest to come closer to the floor as you keep reaching away into your hands. Keep your breathing soft and steady. And then carefully ease out, bring your hands a little closer, and we're going to come into a down dog. So tuck your toes under, lift off your knees. Now I always tend to say when you do your first down dog, keep your knees bent and get that length in your spine, and maybe just encourage some movement. So extend through your heels, have a little stretch through your calves, maybe have a sway of the hips, maybe get some movement through your chest and through your shoulders. And then just pause and hold in your down dog. So think length through your spine, lifting your seat bones high, maybe straightening your legs if that's accessible for you today, and seeing if you can put a little more weight into your feet. We're aiming for an upside down V shape. Now from here, join your feet together. You're going to raise your right leg up towards the ceiling for a three-legged dog. Now bend your knee, turn your chest to the right as you push your foot towards the left. Really opening up through your body, through the front of your hip. Hold and breathe for a moment. And then you're going to bring your right knee forward for a lunge. So bring it forward, step your foot between your hands. Ideally knee stacked over heel. Left hand stays down, right hand goes to the ceiling for a twist. Now push the ground away, reach into your top fingers, and also keep active in your back leg. Take a couple of breaths, and then release that hand down. Walk your foot slightly out to the side of the mat, step your back foot forward and take a squat. So bring your bum down as close as you can towards the floor, so into your deepest squat. If you feel you need something under your heels for this, then by all means, take a lift. Now you're going to place your left arm against your inner left leg. You're going to take your right arm up towards the ceiling. Push against your leg, extend into both hands, open up through the chest, through your thoracic. And then swapping arms, right arm against right leg, left hand reaches away, extend and open. Now hands back down, step back into your down dog, feet can join together, lift up through your spine. Now raise your left leg up for a three-legged dog, bend in your knee, turn your chest to the left as you push your foot away towards the right. Open up, feeling that rotation in your body, that openness in the front of your hip. And then bring your left foot forward for a lunge. In your lunge position, right hand stays down, left hand goes up. Reach into your fingers, feeling that twist, that openness in your chest. Hand comes down, take your left foot slightly wider, step your right foot forward into your squat. Maybe take a bit of movement here, so just use your arms on the insides of your knees, have a little rock around, getting some movement in your ankles, some openness in your hips. Have a little play. And then this time, you're just going to place your hands on the floor. You're going to bring yourself into a bit of a forward bend. You can straighten up your feet this time, and you can straighten your legs as much as you can. So if your hamstrings are tight, there's no worries about having a bend in your knee, okay? So just feel that stretch in your hamstrings and go to wherever you can today. If it feels okay for you to take your hands off the floor, then fold above your elbows and allow gravity to let your head and neck and body to relax down a little closer to the floor. Keep pressure in your feet, try and lift your seat bones as high as possible and allow your body to relax down. Now just bend your knees a little and then roll yourself to come up to standing. Okay, now we're going to work a little bit on our butts. Although actually we're going to come to that in a moment. What we'll do first of all is just stand with feet about hip distance apart. And I want you to stand in a good Tadasana. So stretch into your fingers, feel tall in your body. And then just raise your arms up by your ears, Urdhva Hastasana. As you stretch into your fingers, feel that lift in your belly, that length in your lower back. Now from here, come up onto your toes into a calf raise. And as you squeeze yourself up, aim for minimal movement in your body as you lower down. So with control, you're just going to raise yourself up, lower yourself down. Raise yourself up, lower yourself down. It can be quite tricky to do this with minimal movement. So test yourself. Okay, now lower your arms down. Next, you're going to put the weight into your left foot and squeeze your left glute. So your hips are nice and compact. You're not popping your hip out to the side. Now from here, you're just going to raise your right leg up. As you do, you're using your hip flexor to bring that knee as high as possible. And then just tap it down. Now let's take the arms with that. So keep your left glute firing. Raise your right knee, extend your hands up. Big lift up, using your hip flexors and the side of your body to get that length. Now lower down and again, knee up, arms up, squeeze up. Lower down, one more time. Knee up, arms up. Use that lift and extend and lower. Okay, put the weight into your right foot. Squeeze your right glute. Just test, lift your knee up, left knee up as high as you can and lower your foot down. This time let's take arms as well. So knee lifts, arms lift, lift high up towards the ceiling and lower arms, lower leg. And again, squeeze your right glute, lift your left knee, extend into your fingers and lower down. One more time, right glute squeezing strongly, raising up. Lower arm, lower leg. So you should be starting to feel your glutes activating to help you in the pose. So next, we're going to do a chair pose. Again, this time just keep your feet slightly apart, so about a narrow hip distance. Raise your arms up by your ears once again. Now with your chair pose, you're going to sit down as though you were sliding down a wall, and you'll get to a point where your legs can no longer bend. So from here, your spine stays lifted. You just hinge from your hips to give you some space to allow your bum to go a little lower. Now squeeze your butt and from there, lift and lengthen up to your fingertips, feeling your spinal muscles engage. Inhale, bring yourself back up, lower your arms for a moment. So we're going to do that again, but we're going to make it a one-legged and we're going to do some little movements with the other leg. So inhale, raise your arms up, big stretch up. Slide down your imaginary wall, hinge from your hips, allow your bum to go a little lower. Put the weight in your left foot, pick your right foot up. Now keep your left glute fired as you just take your right knee out to the side and back. Out to the side and back. Now minimal movement, your left leg is stabilizing. One more time, back to center, lower your arms. You should be feeling that in your butt. You even might get a little bit of cardio for this one. Okay, raise your arms up, slide down your imaginary wall, hinge at your hips, let your bum go lower, extend into your fingers. Right glute firing, lift your left leg, take your knee out to the side and back. Out to the side and back. 3 more times, really feeling your right glute firing. Last one, back to center, stand up, lower your arms. Well done. Okay. Very similar kind of thing, but we're just going to do more of a one-legged squat. So again, feet are narrow hip distance. Arms up by your ear, extend into your fingers. Slide down your imaginary wall. Hinge at your hips. Bum goes lower. Now weight into your left foot, fire up your left glute, lift your right foot. From here, you're going to squat a little lower and raise up. Squat a little lower, raise up. Now really feeling your glute working to lift and lower. Last time, and then all the way up. Arms and foot down. Okay, let's do the other side. This is when we would really hope we had one leg. Raise your arms up, reach into your fingers. Slide down your imaginary wall. Hinge, bum goes lower, spinal muscles engage. Weight into your right foot, squeeze your right glute, lift your left leg. Squat lower, lift up. Squat lower, lift up. Keep your spinal muscles working strongly and particularly that right glute. Last one, and up. Well done. Maybe just give everything a little bit of a shake. Your shoulders have been working hard as well. Okay, next one. We're going to stand feet together, probably is better for this one. And you're going to place your hands on your hips. I'm just going to move my mic a little because it may get in the way. So, hands on hips. You're going to put the weight into your left foot again. Fire up that left glute. Raise your right leg up. Now, you don't need to bring it quite as high as you did earlier. And I would also suggest for this one to bend slightly in your left knee. Now, you're going to hinge forward. And as you hinge, you're going to stretch your right foot away. And you're going to allow your chest to come down. Now the aim is your left glute is firing to hold you there nice and stable. Your hips are going to stay level. You're stretching away into your right foot. You're reaching forward with your chest. You're bringing yourself back to your center point, and then we're going to go again. So bending your left leg, squeeze that left glute, hinge, feel that length through your body. Ooh, bit of a wobble, and then bring yourself back up. And again. Hinge forward, chest forward, right foot extends back. Aim to keep your hips level. Feeling that left glute, bring yourself back. One more time, hinge forward. Firing up that left glute, dealing with the wobbles. Keep breathing. Soft, steady breaths, and bring yourself back up. You should be feeling your left glute by now. Okay, weight into the right foot. Squeeze your right glute, have a slight bend. Lift up your left. As you hinge forward, stretch your left foot away, extend your chest forward. Try and keep your hips level. Firing up this right glute strongly. Now bring yourself back up, keeping your balance. Hinge forward, using that right glute strength, stretching through the rest of your body. Bring yourself back up. Well done. 2 more times. Now these balances take a little bit of focus. So just stare at a point to help with your balance. And the more length you can feel as you're coming forward, the easier it is. So squeeze your right glute and really feel like you're stretching forward with your chest and you're stretching back with your left foot. And then bring yourself back up and rest your foot down. Have a little bit of a movement. Okay, so glutes should be feeling fairly worked. So you're going to take your feet nice and wide into a goddess squat. So turn your toes out. Your knees are going to be pointing in the direction of your feet. I think I've said before, I personally like to have my hands out in front for a goddess squat. It just helps me to keep my balance. So from here, bum is going to go down. Now squeeze your butt, drive your knees out so they're looking over your feet. And just aim to find that balance on your feet. Often you feel like you're going to lean back in this pose. And again, squeeze your bum to lift you up. And again, bum goes down. Squeeze your bum, drive your knees out. Keep your balance and bring yourselves up. Okay, 2 more times. Down, keep your body nice and lifted. Your bum's moving down. You're squeezing those knees out. Bring yourself up Last one, down. Spine still lifting. Squeeze your bum, drive your knees out, and then bring yourself back up. Okay, you can turn your feet to the front, but keep your feet wide. So turn your left toes in slightly, turn your right leg out fully. As you do this, your foot turns, your knee turns, your thigh turns to look in that direction. Now start to bend your front leg, but think about your bum going down rather than all your body weight going over that front leg. Now aim to bring yourself where your knee is above your heel, and then stretch your arms out to the side. Now keeping your legs as firm as possible, only your upper body is gonna move. You're gonna reach into your right hand and you're gonna bring your right fingertips either down to the floor or just to wherever you can reach and come back up. So lower body stays still, as in legs stay still. Hand goes down, bring yourself back up. So again, you're stabilizing with your legs and you're just tipping your body into that forward movement. One more time. Down towards the floor and up. Now straighten your front leg. Turn your feet to the front. Now this time you're going to turn your right toes in slightly, your left leg out fully. Same thing, alignment of your front leg. Now bend your front leg. We're aiming for a right angle. That may or may not happen today. But see that your knee is stacked above your heel. Be firm with your back foot. Stretch out your arms. Now think solid, firm legs. As you reach into your left hand, take your hand down towards the mat and come back up. It's just a direction. Go to where you can today. The main thing is just to keep stable in your legs. So take your arm down, bring back up. Strong, firm legs, last one. Down and up. Straighten your front leg. Turn your feet to the front. Just step your feet together for a moment. Now, pick up your brick and we're going to take that into a balance pose. So depending on your flexibility, particularly of your hamstrings, will determine what height you need. So, the higher your height, the more wobbly the pose tends to be. That's the only kind of downside. So we're going to start like we did a moment ago. You're going to turn your left toes in slightly. You're going to turn your right leg out. You're going to bend your front leg and find that firmness in your legs. From here, you're going to reach your right arm forward like you just did, but this time you're going to find your brick and you're going to take your brick forward as you bring your back foot in. So it's going to look like back foot comes in, brick goes forward, about an arm's length. Now bring your body weight forward into your right foot and find that glute strength that you've been working on. Got a wobbly leg. And then just see, can you start to straighten your front leg and lift your back foot up? For those that can, you can raise your top arm and you can bring yourself into Ardha Chandrasana, your half moon pose. Now, active right glute. Stretch away into your back foot, reach up into your top hand, and then see if you can come back via that pose. So you can drop your back foot down, you can bring your hand in, step your back foot back, and bring yourself back to a warrior. Straighten your front leg, turn your feet, and step your feet together. It's so hot here in Singapore, you just have to excuse me sweating. So take your brick towards the other side. Start in your wide leg position. Turn your right toes in slightly, your left leg out fully. Remember the alignment of your front leg. Now bend in your front leg, bum's going down, legs are strong. Reach your left arm forward and bring your back leg in as you reach for your brick. So simultaneously in as you reach. Now you may want to just adjust your brick so it's about an arm's length in front. Now put the weight into your front foot. Squeeze that left glute. Start to raise your back leg. Thinking about all those things we've done with your glutes, which is probably why we're kind of wobbling. Now push away into your back foot, raise your arm if you wish, and if you can, you start to straighten that left leg. And aim to find lightness in your pose if you can. And then see, can you come back into your warrior pose with control. Straighten your front leg, turn your feet to the front, step your feet together, and just come down for a moment onto the mat. And we'll just finish with a bit of a kneeling pose and a little twist. So, we'll come into Virasana, which is where you have your knees together. Your feet are going to grip the inner surfaces of your feet are going to grip your brick. And you're going to sit down onto your height. Now, for some of you, you may have the flexibility to be able to sit directly on the floor, whereby you don't need the lift, okay? So just see what works for you. Knees should be together, or ideally together, and your feet want to be looking back in a normal direction. From here, raise your arms up, interlace your hands, push the hands away, and lift your hands up towards the ceiling. Now imagine there's a heavy weight on your hands and you're pushing that weight up to the ceiling as you squeeze your elbows in towards your ears. Feel length in your spine. Now release your hands, take your right hand behind, your left hand to your leg, and take a twist. Take an inhale, lift up through your spine, take an exhale, rotate a little more. And aim to open up the right side of your chest. Roll that right shoulder back. And you can either look to the right, or you can look over your right shoulder if that feels okay on your neck. Release yourself back to the front. Take your arms forward, interlace your hands once more, push the hands away, up to the ceiling. Imagine pushing that heavy weight so you feel that lift and length through your lower back, through your belly. And as you release, left hand behind, right hand to leg, inhale, lift it through your spine. Exhale, rotate and open. Roll your left shoulder back, feel this openness in the left side of your chest. Either look to the left or look over your shoulder. And release yourself back to the front. Now come off your blocks. If this is strong pose for your legs, you can just take a stretch out with your legs. And then we'll finish with Viparita Karani, one of my favourite poses for relaxing your legs after we did all that strong glute. So to bring yourself into the pose, come close to a wall, get your bum close to the wall, swing your legs up, and then just see that your back can release down. Take your arms to the side. Have your feet just in a comfortable position and just encourage your legs to release. And just connect to your breath and just take some soft inhalations and exhalations through your nose. And just allow your legs to release and relax after you've done all that hard work on your glutes. Use your exhalation to encourage a release throughout your body. Now I encourage you to stay in this position for as long as you wish, as long as you have time to do so. So relaxing for our legs. However, for myself, I'm going to roll myself out. And I'm just going to say thank you for sharing your practice with me today, and I'll hope to see you again soon.